Welcome back to AM Northwest. Our next guest is here to bring a little sunshine into our lives in the form of a delicious dessert. Here to share us how to make a mango tart, we welcome back Bakes by Brown Sugar blogger Cheryl Norris. Great to see you.
Oh, it's good to be here.
I saw you post this mango tart and I said, oh, I want that so badly. So you're going to show me how to make it.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about the curd. First of all, there's a mango curd that goes into this crust, right?
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about that first.
Okay, so the mango curd is really easy to make.
Okay.
It's made with mango puree, and for people in the Portland area, you can get it at Sheridan Fruit Market.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, so they carry the mango puree, and so it's just a curd is typically fruit puree
That's hard to say.
juice, eggs, in this case a little bit lemon juice so you get that little tanginess, and it helps the curd to set up, sugar and butter.
And it just takes a little while to do it saute it in the pan, right?
Yeah, it's about cook it in the pan.
Yeah.
It's about 10 minutes once you assemble all the ingredients.
Okay, all right, so now that we have the curd, let's talk about the crust. Crust is very important.
Yes, so the crust is my simple cookie crust. I love this crust because it has 4 basic ingredients.
Okay.
The 5th ingredient we're adding is coconut for that little tropical taste
Love
to it.
Yeah.
And the nice thing about this crust, so we're going to put the sugar, flour, and salt, and then add the sweetened coconut. Make sure
you have the sugar in with the flour already. Okay.
Yep.
So you just mix that up?
Yep, so make sure that that is well mixed up.
Okay.
And then you're going to add, you want your butter, melted butter, and you want it to be hot or warm, because that makes the dough really pliable and easy to
I had no idea.
press into the pan. And you'll feel it. I'll get it mixed up, and then you can feel the texture.
Because oftentimes when we talk about crust, it's usually chunks of cold butter, right?
And that's what's so lovely about this crust is it comes together so easily. And I tell
can
people,
do that. I've got an apron on, better do something, right?
And I tell people it feels like Play-Doh when you're done.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
show everybody this pan.
Oh, yeah.
I was thinking to myself, how is she going to get the crust out of that pan, the pie out of that pan?
Yeah, so anytime you're making a tart, you want to get a pan with a removable bottom.
That
is
genius.
So when the tart is finished baking, you just lift it up.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's genius.
Yep.
Okay.
So you just do it until all the flour, you don't see any white bits of flour, and then if you fill it with your hands, because I'm a big believer in using your hands, so you get a feel for how stuff should fill.
Yeah, I can feel the coconut in there.
Yep.
Okay.
And you want to make sure you use sweetened coconut because it has a little bit of moisture in it and it won't dry out your crust. Plus it adds a nice bit of sweetness when it bakes up. So it's all done.
It's all done.
Yep. And so then you take 2/3 of this.
Okay.
And if you were to use cold, so when you melt butter, it will cool down. If you let it cool down to say where it's 80 degrees, and then you add it, this becomes really crumbly and hard to work with.
Oh, okay.
So you want make sure your butter is warm or hot.
Okay.
Which, like you said, is opposite of what we're usually told when we're doing this. And so then you just take it. You take about 2/3 and you press it across the bottom, just like that.
Okay.
If you want to try.
I'll do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And then you'll take the remaining and you do it along the edges. And then it takes time to do this. Someone said, how do you tell if it's even? Practice. It really is. I mean, I think a lot of things,
push it?
Yeah. So,
push it out.
So, you just push it all the way to the edges.
Okay.
And then
I think I told you, I used to live in Jamaica as a kid, and we had a mango tree in one of the houses we lived in. Oh, that's like heaven for a kid. Oh, my gosh. You know? Yeah,
and then you just take it and you start pushing it against the sides.
Oh, look at that. Okay.
And that's why it just takes a little bit of time.
Okay.
And practice. Like the first time you do this and you cut into it, you realize maybe the crust wasn't so even, but you'll know better next time. You'll get a better feel for it. And I think that's with a lot of baking. Some of it's just practice.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense.
And you get a feel for it. It's like with making this dough. After I made it the first 2 times, I realized, I now understand how this is supposed to feel when I'm working with it, and what it feels like when I make a mistake and add butter that's too cool.
So now once we've done the pie crust, we put it all in there. You have to bake the pie crust first, right?
And that's what's so beautiful about this. You don't have to blind bake it. You don't have to put down parchment paper and pie weights. You can put it right into the oven.
Okay.
And it will hold its shape. It won't slump down the side.
Okay.
As you can see with that big tart.
So
then you would add the curd to it. And so I thought you might like to taste this.
Oh, yes. But show me how you decorate it. Yes. So once you put the curd in, it doesn't matter if the pie crust is hot?
You do want it to cool down. So what you do is you
Oh my God.
You put the curd in here.
Yeah.
And you can put the warm curd in a hot crust.
Okay.
And bake it for another 10-15 minutes. Now,
Gotcha.
when you make curd, once you've cooked it, it's food safe. You can
Yeah.
eat it straight. However, the reason I bake it is because it sets up nicely so that when you go to slice it, the slices hold.
Oh,
yeah, so that's why you want to bake it, but you absolutely don't have to bake it.
Okay.
So we bake it, so then we take some fresh mango.
That you've
and we
sliced
slice
up
it.
really thin.
Yeah,
and
slice really
perfectly.
thin.
Yeah.
And then you just start to like fan it out. This is not cooperating with me, of course.
That's all right. Well, the lights are
Yeah.
hot, so it's not easy to separate.
So you just fan it out and you just lay it across the
Oh my gosh.
the surface of the tart.
Yeah.
And then, you
Put
can
the
do
raspberries on.
Yep,
Yeah.
you can do the raspberries.
We just showed a picture of your completed tart. Looked amazing.
Thank you so much.
Amazing. And then you also added, is it mint that you added too?
Yeah, little sprigs of mint. Tastes just a really nice, really decorative touch. And, they're edible.
Yeah.
And then, you just kind of fan it out.
Look at that. Do you have a secret to cutting mango? Because mangoes can be hard to cut sometimes.
First of all, so what I do is I cut off the bottom and I cut off the top so it's square. It can lay flat. And then I take a really sharp knife
And then slice it really
slice
thin.
it thin. Yep, slice it off the seed.
May I?
Yes, let's go ahead and
actually,
do
you
that.
probably should do that.
Yep.
Oh, very small. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, my goodness.
So we're going to cut through.
Yeah, I just need a tiny piece.
Okay.
You know, the kind of piece you take when you're just kind of digging in the fridge and nobody sees it.
And then make sure it comes off the
There we go. Look at that.
tart pan bottom. It might break a little bit.
No, it's okay.
Oop,
It's
sorry.
okay. Oh, that's
Okay.
great.
There you go.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let's try this. Oh wow. I want
so
to be
glad you
your
like it.
neighbor so badly. She gives gifts of desserts to her neighbors. All right, we're going to put the recipe on our website at KHU.com. Cheryl, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We'll be right back with more AM Northwest. Don't go away.